What's good, everybody? It's your boy Six Deuce, music artist, A&R, talent scout. Y'all know the rest. Shout all the partnerships, shout all the co-hosts. We're here today with the homie. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself so that you can say your name properly. You know, I don't want to say it wrong, but I want to thank him. From what I know, he's like from the hold on, again, that's right, like the east part of Hollywood.
Yes,
Shout out
sir.
to him, bro, from the West Coast, all love. But hey, bro, tell people exactly where you're from, where you grew up, what your name is, and like what you do, you know?
Yeah, well, what's up? My name is jWondr. Real name is Jose. I come from Los Angeles, Mexican family. Yeah, I'm like really close to like Hollywood and stuff. So just been doing music out here, working, all that shit.
Heck yeah, bro. You said you were telling me before we got to start the live interview how long you been doing music.
Like about 15 years, probably more.
All right, my boy, that's right. So when did you what when would you say year exactly did you start?
I could go as far as like 2009. Maybe my math is not accurate, but yeah, like I used to actually do band shit. Like I used to be like part of a pop punk band, kind of like influenced by like Blink 182 and shit like that.
You
So I
want
used to
you want
I
to
used
talk?
to do that shit. I used to do that shit before I started like the whole hip hop thing. But I've always like listened to like all types of music, you know what I mean?
Mm,
Um it was just like I guess in that moment like I was doing band shit. So I
okay.
started like that and I did that for a while. And I actually just started doing this shit like pretty much kind of COVID days. Like they kind of
It,
like
it,
fucked up the whole like shit that we had going on with the band. And after that, I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna set up my studio since I can't go out, I can't do shit. I'm gonna start working on my own shit. And then that's how I started doing this. Just never looked back from there.
bro. So would you say is that's what started like your love for the music? You know how'd you get into that band?
I mean, it was since I was a kid, like I just always like gravitated towards music and like everything that had to do with it, like performances and shit like that. Like I always looked up to every artist that I like listened to, so it was always like there. Um, when I started like obviously doing my own shit, I was already an adult because obviously like music equipment is fucking expensive.
As hell.
Yeah, so like you can't expect your parents to be purchasing all that shit. And like I didn't realize how much everything costs until I got into it, like you have to pay for just to perform sometimes. Like,
Yep.
like you get into like these fucking things or like the venue is asking you to like sell tickets to people like bro, you're a fucking unknown band. Like who are you gonna sell tickets to, man? Like
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like
yeah.
people expect it to how can I say this? Like most of the time you do gotta invest in yourself. But I posted the other day, uh, something along the lines of people be charging prices they wouldn't pay themselves. You know what I
I think I
mean?
did see that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't mean that so direct. Like, take that with a grain of salt. What I meant by that is people gotta have more realistic expectations, etc.
Yeah, I mean, like sometimes like you do try to understand, like if somebody, let's say, books a venue and they have to kind of make up the money for that booking, like you try to be reasonable with everything. But like you get like these venues that are like pretty well known, and like they're like getting like just local bands do that just want to play there because of the history of it. Like for example, like at the Whiskey, man, like the Whiskey is such a fucking like worldwide famous venue and shit. So for any band coming up, like that, playing there in itself means a lot.
Yeah.
But when you actually get into like performing there, like you have to pay fucking hundreds of dollars just to be able to perform there. And like they expect you to be selling tickets to like your fans. You just started, like you don't have any fucking fans, dude. Like you have friends,
You're
that you
true.
have friends that could probably make it, like. And the people show up, man. Like it's all love, like everybody that shows up and shit. But it's hard to actually, you know, some of these people don't really like. I guess what I feel is like they don't listen to the music like that. They're just supporting you,
Yeah.
and like you can't get them to go all the time. You know what I mean? Because everybody has a life
That's it.
Everybody has things to do. So all that shit is just like you investing in yourself. And a lot of the times we ended up paying out of pocket all these like tickets and shit because we couldn't sell them.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Sometimes I think like there's money just fucked up
No, yes.
everything.
Now the business side aspect, like I know what you mean, like because here's what I'm trying to get at is that my experiences even lately too, sometimes you gotta pay, sometimes you gotta do this, but really it's like even says it in the Bible, and I ain't trying to get all religious about it, but I'm keeping it real. You need a counsel, bro. Like I don't want to say exact verse in Proverbs because I don't know it exactly. I can't quote it, not yet. But it pretty much along the lines pretty much says you need a counsel, bro. So just get a solid team around you, and regardless of tickets or of support, bro, it's really just the effort we put in. But there is times I've dealt with janky people or janky business, or they have expectations that are unrealistic. You know what I'm saying? Because we're trying to build ourselves and like, okay, my way to compare it, how you said about the whiskey, I wouldn't say venue wise, but I used to think like, oh, I'm gonna get a feature with this person,
Yeah.
or I get a feature with that person. But really, bro, it's about the work you put in. You know, it
Yeah.
truly is because I used to think like if I go here, I go there. It's a great accomplishment in itself, like you said. But certain things you just realize it's part of the game. It's just part of the game, bro. You know?
Yeah, for sure. That's why like you try to like understand like where all that comes from, like people gotta get paid at the end of the day. Um, but yeah, like I get what you're saying too, like with the whole features shit, dude. Like I feel like I've reached out to certain people too sometimes, and like I like most of the time I'll reach out because I like your music and I like your artistry and shit. That's actually like the only time that I do reach out is if I actually like fuck with your shit.
Mhm.
And I've gotten like either no answers or like fucking just ghosted or like, and then you just try to figure out like why, like why can't you even just let me know that you don't want to or you're not interested? Like I would respect that way more than just getting like ghosted. You know what I mean? Because
Nah,
it's like you're not. It's not like I'm hitting up fucking Beyonce or some shit. You know what I mean? Like it's just like people that I feel like at our level that like shouldn't be like I guess doing shit like that. You know what I mean?
no, I know what you mean. Cause okay, check it. Like pretty much, you feel like in this game, I always say it's how you conduct your business that speaks for itself. Because even me, bro, like I'm straight up, even with on here, like you've seen, I kept the real, like, hey, bro, I'm busy or I do this, but I'll keep you updated or I'll let you know, like, hey, dog, and I'll get to it though, because I'm a man of my word, and I feel like a lot of people in this game, that's why the game's so messed up, is because if people don't gotta work, because I've had people like that, like I've had homies, or I just tell homies like, hey, dog, like, this beat just ain't my style, or hey, I'm not able to do this. But that's why in the game I always say shoot your shot though, because you might get 100 no's. But I even again posted it the other day. You're gonna go from overlooked to overbooked. You know,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
that's how you gotta look at it. Like I've turned negatives into positive and not take things so to heart, because then I learned now. You know what? That's the way the game goes. People look at you like they're gonna overlook you, but then you're gonna be overbooked to the point to where it's like God's gonna put you. And again, it ain't about getting religious. It's just like the universe where you need to be, and He's gonna have you feature with people you need to feature with. And if it's not meant, hey, bro, you probably dodged the bullet. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I agree. Like if shit is not for you, then it's not for you. I feel like like I'm willing to work with people. Like I've never reached out to anybody expecting shit to just be handed to me or be free or whatever, man. Like I'm willing to work with you if you have a price. Let me know what it is. Just let me know what's
Do it.
up. Or if you don't want to, that's fine too. Like I'd rather just know that it's not gonna happen, and that's cool. I respect that, and I think it's hard sometimes for people to just be straightforward. Like I'm not gonna lie and say that I've never had difficulty like, you know, expressing myself or expressing certain things because I don't want to like offend someone. You know what I mean?
Uh,
But I think that like in time, like I learned just to be more just straightforward, and I think like it's more respectable when you just give your piece and be like, you know what, like, you know, this isn't really for me. I'm not willing to do it or whatever it is, you know.
No,
Either
yeah.
you are or you're not. Like, as long as you say it, I feel like it's more respectable than just not saying nothing, you know, like.
Now you know what though? This is actually a good thing to talk about. It shows your integrity and your character though. That's really the truth of the matter. It shows the integrity you have and how you're gonna be as a businessman and how you conduct yourself and you do good business. And sometimes it just shows other people they don't know how. Cause like me personally, I've been one, not even necessarily about getting responses from people or not, just in business. You know, we're talking business now. Is that I do it as clean as possible. I'm realistic with people. If I don't get it done at a certain time, I realistically say it or I'll keep updates, like I said earlier. That way I'm able to have my face because your face is a product. You know what I mean? We're all a product, we're all a brand. Um, that it's a good brand or product because it's like any brand or product in the store, right? If you hear like, nah, don't get that brand because I heard this or that.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? But they're gonna be like, nah, jWondr,
yeah.
or just clean business, good artist, you know what I mean, good energy. And that's why I want to even thank you on here. You can sense it, like you're a humble dude, bro, and heard some of your music, you got dope music. And actually I want to hop and talk about that next, bro. So as far as your music goes, I usually play a track and I want to get to, do you got something on here that I could play on YouTube of one of your songs? And before we do that, what's let's talk about list 2 to 3 of your songs that you want people to know about.
um well, I just released new music, like, I think on the 13th of this month,
Yeah.
like a week ago. So I guess we could just start there. I just released an album called Before We Move On. And for me, like, at first I had like just this like collection of songs, you know, that like I've had been sitting on for like a year and a half already, close to 2 years, that I just had them there, like not completely finished, but like near finished. Um, and it was just like just a collection of songs that kind of like I started kind of getting the groove of like what I was doing, and just starting to feel more comfortable with the way I wanted to sound on the tracks, because like it took me a while to kind of find my tone and my sound, and like just understand that you're not fucking Freddie Mercury, you're not fucking anyone that's gonna be just singing anything crazy, you know, like just understanding your tone and understanding where you are. Um, it took me a while, and I feel like with this one, I felt like it wasn't even like my best like work, you know, like I was just like, okay, like I think I'm starting to sound better here or more comfortable where I am. So then it just started growing on me, and I started putting these songs together where like it's starts off kind of like a little just, you could tell that I like lyrically, like I'm more confident and stuff, and just
Yeah.
like saying like, you know what, I could do this, blah blah blah. And then I go into like towards the end of it where like I get a little more vulnerable, like with like lyrics and everything. And it's just hard to explain sometimes, but like on the spot, you know. But
No,
yeah,
no.
it's just about like being able to move on from what you have. Like I feel like with these songs, like since I've had them for so long, I just needed to get them out, because I was just like, if I don't get them out, I'm gonna just archive them and just lock them up, and then that's it, you know. Like I just needed to get them out,
No,
because
for sure.
yeah, you know how it is. I think like you just have like a bunch of songs that you like don't know what to do with them anymore, and you're just like, why do I still have them here? Like I need to get them out, either that or I'm gonna just keep them forever for myself.
No, I totally understand that too. And I was gonna say that not only in trip and one thing I'm gonna go back on subject, we'll go a little off subject here when I say that's what SR broadcast I say all the time. People can say like, oh, bro's always saying the same stuff, but it's true. This is to help the people and the guests that come on here, bro. Like be comfortable, dog. Don't trip. You know what I mean? We're ourselves on here, dog. Like we're raw and real. That's why I don't always do videos perfect and polished up because like, bro, there's a lot of the times that when I'm on here talking to you guys, bro, I get a little lost. You know, I'm human, bro. We're
Yeah.
dog, and I'm just glad you're on here. We're having a good time, bro. I'm grateful you're talking about your life, your music. You know what I'm saying? Your peoples, your heritage, dog. So, hey, salute to you, bro. Like you coming on here alone is great. But to get back on subject as far as songs, I always say this when it comes to music, and I've seen a post of it before. Music isn't made to be perfect, it's made to be dropped. Just drop it. You never know. Just drop it. You can always go back and fix a song later. You know how many artists do it all the time? Like,
Yeah.
but if you drop it, it keeps you motivated. If you drop it, you could do like even me. There's a song that I got. I won't say the name, you know, at the time for it right now, is that but in lesser words, I'm gonna go back and redo it. There's certain things that you can always do. That's what's beautiful about the time and age we live in. Technology is great, and we can go back and always work on our sound. But I like how you said you felt more confident, and you should, bro. Like I always tell myself when I'm rapping, like even recently, and I'm even put it out there, you know, is that I did a show recently. I wasn't as confident as I should have been. I played it safe, and one thing I want to say is, fuck playing it safe. Take the risk. Take
For
the
sure.
risk, the whole fucking risk, bro. Because the next show I do, oh, I'm a mama. Fuck playing it safe because I wanted to like play my deep shit, be cool, but nah, bro. Like that song that you're thinking, nah, I shouldn't play. Play that shit. The shit you're like, nah, bro, shouldn't I drop it? Drop that shit, boy. Let's
That
do
shit
it.
is funny,
You
dude.
know what I mean?
Nah, hell yeah, dude. I feel that shit because like every time that I'm gonna perform, I can never decide what songs I'm gonna do. I'm like, shit. I choose like a few of them before the show, and then I get there, and then I kind of try to read the room and shit. Like, okay, like these songs are probably gonna be a downer here, just because like I feel like a lot of my songs are very slow and like they're not as hype as like most of the like artists that I see. Like it's always was like fucking hype music and shit, and then I'm over here just fucking like turning that shit down, dude, for the fucking sad song and shit.
Bro, tell
And
me why like that. That's the vibe I got from my like. I'm not even gonna lie, fool. They can say nah. Shout out to my people that got it all together, bro. But I felt like it was all hype people, and then that's exactly why, bro. I don't want to play all my crazy. And then I thought about it. I was like, fool, I should have just came hype because there was all these people hype, hype, hype. And then
yeah,
it's not bad, fool, because there's something somebody else told me at the end is I'd rather be different.
yeah. And I feel like
Rather be
that's where like eventually like my mind kind of took me. Like I was like, you know what? Like I'll just fucking play that song and then see what happens, you know? Like as much as people like to be hyped, dude, I feel like a lot of people resonate with like a song that just hits, differently, you know what I mean? Like something that makes you think or like something that makes you fucking just nostalgic or whatever. Like maybe in the moments like where you're trying to have a good time, obviously that's not like something that you want to be listening to, but like maybe in your own time, which I feel like a lot of people listen to music more on their own. It's like where that show resonate a little bit better.
no facts. And you know what though? One thing I want to talk about before we go, but that's so true. I always want to say is people need to just always believe in themselves and just don't ever hold back. But it's like I know you said you spoke about your family, where y'all come from, but let's talk about you growing up. You know, I want to get more in depth about you before we head out here and play one of your songs.
Sure.
Let's more talk about you. You know, we spoke about how long you've been doing music. We spoke about a few tracks and how they resonated with you. We spoke about um, how you felt like at certain shows, and that the having to read the room and the ability to read the room. But even when it comes to us dropping music, we can't be afraid to drop music. And I think we spoke on many great subjects, but I would really like to hear more about you as a person. We spoke about it before we went live, but I think the people, it'd be a good thing for them to know and hear is more about you.
Um, well, I'm just, like I come from a Mexican family, first generation, been here like pretty much like the block where I've been at, like I've been here for like 30 years, dude. Like I'm a fucking tree here now.
I've been told, yeah.
I'm rooted here, dude. So it's like, yeah, like I mean, growing up, man, I just always been like quiet, always shy. just keep to myself. And I wasn't good at like speaking up or like just expressing myself, you know.
Mm.
I don't know where that shit came from, but and I don't know how the fuck I ended up in music because like my persona, all that shit just clashes because it's like you're over here trying to make music, trying to be in the spotlight for something, but you are not good in that fucking like area arena. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
because like I've always been shy, so like even this right now, like being in front of a camera, being on a mic, and all that shit is always fucking nerve wracking for me. Public speaking has always been something that I sucked at. I don't know how the fuck I ended up wanting to do music, but it was just like a yin and yang shit, you know, like
Yeah. You need that balance. You need that.
yeah, like I don't know, but in a sense, like whenever I do, like whenever I started like just performing and stuff like that, like that's when I started kind of getting like comfortable, you know, like okay, I'm uncomfortable, but eventually you start kind of just like feeling it, you know, like you're just like, you know what, like let me concentrate, let me just block all this shit out and just do what I love, you know. This is it, and that's pretty much it. I don't know, like as far as anything else, man, I grew up playing sports in the streets too, like with my homies and shit. That shit is something that I always look back at, you know, a lot because that was just fun. Dude. I always loved team sports, bro. It was fun.
Nah, that's a good thing. Bro. I feel like we like if you wasn't outside playing when you was a kid, you had a sucky childhood. Now you know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying? For real, 'cause, man, back then, like, look, I'm only 26, dog, but I even feel now, you know. And I always say life barely begins at 30 because that's the truth, bro. People be thinking like, nah, homie. Me personally, you don't hit unk stage until you hit like your solid like 60s, dog. Almost, you know, 50s even. Not
I
even so
mean,
50, I say like 60s for sure. Then you unk, dog. Bro, 30, 40, homie, prime years, homie, even 50, fool. You know what I mean?
I mean, honestly, dude, like now that you mentioned that, dude, like I did not start feeling like myself until I was at least like 33, 30 something, like where I was like, you know what, this is who I am and this is the growth that I want to go from here. Like, okay, like I fucked up whatever I did when I was younger. Like now I'm at an age where like I understand like everything that I've done wrong, everything that like or just my person in itself, you know, like the person that I am, I didn't even understand it myself. And I feel like when I got to like my mid 30s was when I was just like, okay, I kind of understand myself a little better and I understand what people like, maybe not what people are expecting from me, but just what you should do, you know, or say to people, you know, like how you treat them and how you react to certain situations. Like, I feel like you don't understand that shit until like later. I don't know. I mean, at least that was for me. Can't speak for everyone else, but I think that I came a lot together after like my 30s for sure.
Hell yeah, bro. No, and that's real though, because a wise person told me that. That's all I'm gonna say, and it's true, bro. Because life barely begins, bro. Like I feel like we're kids. We enjoy being kids. If you can, and you're fortunate enough, then you got uh at least how I say it, you know, high school just got time to make mistakes. Your 20s is more where you make a lot of your mistakes. It's fucking happens. And then people think you're gonna have it all together. Now it's cool if you do before, cool, you know. But
Yeah.
realistically, dog, a lot of people, bro. And then usually by like, you know, 30, from what I heard, that's why I say life barely begins, because that's when you're like, all right, you know what I mean? And my whole point is it ain't never too late. Don't let age define you. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're under 18, then that does define you. Stay away from minors. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, homie, once you're 18 and up and you're legal in life and you're doing what you gotta do, just focus on what's important, bro. Because you got time, but don't treat time like you got it all the time. If you know, you know. What I mean by that is you have time to make your mistakes, but don't think you have the time to the point you waste it, is what I'm trying to say.
For
You
sure,
know what
man.
I'm saying?
100%. Yeah, dude. I mean, I feel like goes without saying, everything you just said makes a lot of sense, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude, I feel like time is like time is the most important thing, dude, because that's the thing that you fucking feel like you have a lot of, because it just feels like, oh, I'm just 15 years old right now, dude. And now look where we are, dude.
Exactly. Hey, I want to say shout to homie Terps that was tapping in here. My bad, baby.
Yeah. I saw. I was like, I wonder how I could respond. Like,
You could
but
in the
shout
comment,
out,
better
shout
put a
out.
comment. But I want to say, so what's the song you want us to play?
We could play Cobain off of the before we move on.
How do you spell it?
COB.
COB.
C as in cat. C like
Okay.
Kurt Cobain.
Okay. COBINE.
COBAIN.
IN. All right. Okay. Here we go. Right here. I hope this is it. Apparently, you can go from zero. It's not this. This is an ad.
That's the one, dude. Nah. Yeah, that's it.
All right. So we head out. We gonna rock with jWondr. We at the end of the year, we're all in on a product, now the vision is clear. My day one friendships are sealed. I ain't gotta see you all, you don't know we keeping it real. I can see on these tracks, real as it gets, only AI, I know how to do none of that. And we overstep anyone who come with that disrespect, giving myself what I asked for. Only valuable I have is my passport. Never took a shot, now I shoot from half court. Leave it all, pack my studio and my JanSport. I remember thinking it'd be cool to die 27. Morrison, Cobain, Joplin, Jimi Hendrix. I'm not saying I belong with these legends, but this music in my veins, we don't rob it, we respect it. Look up to I'm still so inspired by Thriller. I'm still learning from jWondr. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't carry noise. That shit a vibe, bro.
Hell yeah, dude. Appreciate that.
I hear you. They just gotta listen. Okay, that was cool.
That's a little shouty.
It's almost midnight out here. I want to say,
Damn.
bro, shout out to the West Coast, all the way. You guys know, shout the up north, down south, deep south, Midwest, East Coast, West Coast. It's all love. I want to thank you for coming on here, bro. I really do. jWondr, keep doing your thing, bro. I want you guys to go check him out. Go follow him on Instagram. Go check out his music right here. We heard Cobain by him, spelled COBAIN, and his name is spelled lowercase j, capital W, lowercase o, lowercase n, lowercase d, and r. So JWONDR. And make sure y'all tap in. Go ahead, bro. I'll let you do your final shout outs. Tell people, and again, appreciate you for coming on, bro. Representing for the West Coast. I see you, bro. I'll be back soon when it's all said and done done the right way, that is. Shout out
For
to my
sure, man. Well, I just want to say thank you, man. Like, I'm kind of blanking out right now, but I appreciate you having me here and you promoting and helping me, I guess, promote my shit online. Like not a lot of people just do it, and I feel like, yeah, you don't meet a lot of people that do that, dude. So I appreciate you. So thank you, man. Honestly,
Thank you, bro. And I want to say this, like, why I thank everybody that comes on here. Shout out to all of our guests that make it what it is because that's another thing I tell people. If they didn't think I cared about what I do, bro, think about it. I ain't getting paid for this. And I'm not saying it towards you. I'm saying for everybody. So what people you know these days they're doing that shit for free out of the love of their heart just to really get people on and doing it because you know the feeling I get from it, not the props, the pat on the back, you know, and I'm thankful everybody does, you know, they're thankful, but not it's the interactions I get, the knowledge I gain from it, the God blessing me to put around the right people to do the right things, you know what I'm saying? Because if he blessed me with a platform, it was for a reason, bro. It's the internet. Like it's like this, bro. Wi-Fi is not necessarily free, depending where you're at. But really, bro, if you got a phone, you got whatever. Like I encourage people, you know. But that's the difference between everybody. There's the people that are doing it for the wrong reason. That's cool. They just want to be famous and think and be known by everybody else. And they think money just comes, but they forget the hard work that comes with it. All the way from podcasting, all the way from being a music artist, all the way from making money. Everybody loves the end result, but nobody wants to put in that work. We've said this in plenty of interviews to where people expect, I wouldn't necessarily say handouts, but people expect like, oh, well, I'm gonna just do this, and that's why a lot of people die out and burn out fast. I think the reason why God has blessed me to have this platform and continue the way it does is because the work that I put in, not like, oh, I put in work, like I say, as in to be able to let people come on here for the right reasons. You know, I'm
Yeah.
not doing it to be known. I'm not doing it so I can get up and get a pat on the back. I'm doing it so artists can have a dope platform to come on here and be comfortable and not feel judged. And I'm not gonna sit here and make fun of, because who am I, bro? Like I'm like the only one worthy enough to pass judgment is that man up above, bro. I know, but the only thing I do is give people the benefit of the doubt, give them the chance, show them love, show them the respect they show me, because I just want the best for everybody, because I would hope people would want that for me or the next person. You know, we can't walk around with hate and envy and anger in
Yeah.
our chest. Human, we go through everything, but we gotta really unite for real. You know, people talk about unity, but bro, it's rarely shown.
No, yeah, I agree, man. That's why I feel like I feel like I need to thank you for allowing me to do that and for you doing that for the local artists, man. Like I feel like this is something that is lacking, like somebody to help out like that. Because obviously, you said you just got off work and it's already midnight, dude. So you could easily just fucking be like, fuck this shit, I'm gonna go to sleep, you know. And for you to still do this without expecting anything, just doing it for the love of it, man, like that's respectable, dude. And like to me, dude, that shit means a lot for sure.
Can't wait. Can't wait to go network with a lot of y'all. We're gonna be traveling all over soon. Again, shout out my judge the right way.
For sure, man.
But shout out to you, shout out everybody, and I want to, on a serious note, shout God, because the blessings we have every day, and I want to pray for everybody that needs it the most. They keep pushing, and I want to say that God is good, and the reason why we're alive right now, we're able to talk, we're able to connect, because that ain't about religion. Because see, I'm not denominational. I don't know exactly how that is, but from what I know and my take from what I was explained, it's like I don't necessarily have a religion, but I believe in God and I believe in the universe, dog. And I think I believe in a lot of things happen for a reason. You know, we meet people like that for a reason. So I can't wait to go to the West Coast, travel. God bless me to meet all of y'all in person, and we go
For
network,
sure.
take it like that. You know what I'm saying? To where it's love, bro. It's love. Oh, I'm gonna say so. I throw a lot of events and stuff with the team in the West Coast, bro. You should link up with me after and start popping out to shows and getting connected with my peoples, and we'll get something going. And I want to talk to you. You probably got your own thing, even about that. I got a lot of stuff that I'll include you on for free. A lot of people I interview, they're not in the West Coast, but I told them they're more than welcome to pop out to our events too. But
For
one
sure.
of our events, since you're more local, next to my people, bro, you should pull out to an event, bro. My people are chill. We don't know weird janky shit, gang shit. We're strictly on some family money making. Like we're not trying to act like, oh, we're all balled out yet. We all gonna have billions, millions. I wish that on everybody. But what I'm trying to say is, after this, after the interview, we'll stay connected, my boy. And I'm thankful
For
for this
sure.
connection and thankful to chop it up with you. So you have a blessed one,
You too, man.
and we'll talk business, bro.
For sure, man. Appreciate you, man. Have a good night.
You too, bro. SR Broadcast.
For
Out.
sure, man. jWondr.
Yes, sir. They wonder.